Hello, hello. Welcome to a brand new episode of Drop One, Flush One, if you will. All right. I'm back. I am back. Morning. What's up, Jeanette? It's almost 2 a.m. James, man, what are you doing up? So, who's up? Who else is up in here right now, if you will? Let's see what it is. Let's see what it's not. Hey, what up? What up? What up? How's it going? Let me see. Good afternoon from Australia. Let me get everything up and running right now. Shut this down really quick. And let me see. What kind of cases do you guys think we're gonna have tonight? Yo, hey, if you will. All right. Let's see. Morning. Let's see here. Entertainment, Arizona, if you will. All right. Let's see. Activate, activate. Select streaming sources. All right, guys, we will see how long I can stay awake. That's right. And let's see what how many cases we got tonight. Let's see, I got let's see, bam. There we go. All right, I think I got everything set up. Let's see what we got over here. Oh yeah. Oh, what? Hold up. And I gotta do one other thing over here. What is it? Let's see, what am I gonna do? What am I trying to do right here? Let me pop out the chat. Pop out that chat. There we go. Oh wait, thank you for that. Who was that? Mandy. Thank you, highly appreciate that. Gracias a ti, Mandy. See here. All right, we got 16 viewers over here on YT, if you will. Oh yeah, I know what I was gonna do right now. Do it. You get the comments up on the screen. We see, we'll all be in jail if tariffs keep going up. It's a nightmare. Just seen what? Hey, thank you for that seat. Wow. You see, it's a nightmare just seeing news and it's crazy. So I mean, look at the news. So like that, I don't get the bad news. I guess things could always be worse. We could be in jail, right? We could be in jail. We could be up in here, up in here. We can't see the comments right there. Can we see? Let me see what it is. You remind me so much of my dad. The LA lingo, the mustache. Thank you, James, for the time. My wife just told me, I can't believe you're gonna leave me here nice and I'm cold, I'm freezing, I need your body heat. I was like, don't tripas, I'll be back. Don't even trip. Don't even trip, I'll be back. Yeah, by the time I get back, she'll be sleeping. She'll be gone. She'll have the phone in her face like this. That's what it is. That's what it is. All right. How's everybody doing tonight? Let me see. Mustache trim. I see. Yeah, my lady's been on me. She always tells me she hates it. So she was making comments about it today, and I went ahead and trim it down. I guess I 3D printed these brushes for nothing. Now what am I gonna do with them? Now I can't even. Yeah, doesn't even do nothing anymore. Throw this away. Throw my. It'll be back in a week, so I'm not tripping. It's all good. Meanwhile, I was freezing. I was freezing my you know what with with the AC on. All right. See what kind of cases we got. Let me see. What's the worst parole case you ever seen? I don't. You know what? There's a lot. There's a lot. There's nothing to comb. There's, you know what? I can't think of one. I mean, you know what? To be honest with you, I think the probably the worst ones that really probably strike my or strike a nerve with me would be when kids get taken advantage of, especially by their parents. Those are probably like the some of the worst ones that I normally sit on because these people they make it seem like it's normal, like it's just another day in the office, and that nothing about those actions is normal. Let me see. It's only 77 out. Don't need AC for that. How do you go live on TT and play games? Let me just. How do you play go live on TT and play games? I don't. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. I've never played a game on TT, so I'm probably like the wrong person to ask. I barely know how to use this damn app. Like I see people doing challenges. I don't even know what that's all about. So let me see. Essay on their own kids is the worst. Yep. And I got a few videos from Kentucky that I gotta release. I just need to have the time to edit them. But yeah, there's some pretty horrible cases out there. And then the worst thing to top it up, the cherry on the top, is that they try to protect these individuals, like try to keep their identity hidden and stuff like that. Man, miss me with all of that. Like you do something like that, you definitely deserve to be put out on blast. But that's just my thought and feeling on it. I'm not sure how everybody else feels, but that's what I say. The hell, do I got the wrong stream going? Six. Okay. Let me see here. Pop this chat out over here. We bring out the wood chipper. That's what I'm saying. I think they are hiding their identity to protect. Nah, nah, nah. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't see it. Let me see here. Let me see. Kayla writes, next episode I'll drop one flush one. We'll go ahead and do one for good measure. Kayla G. James, scroll up and see my message laughing out loud. I'm gonna run to TT for a sec. Be right back. Yay, destiny. Let me see how high am I supposed to go over here? I caught you brushing your pearly whites. Oh, did you? Oh, what the what? I see. That's what I should have turned off the damn camera. That's what I get. Let me see. All right, all right. Yeah, I was gonna ask you to see if him again tonight. Man, good thing I didn't walk in here naked. Imagine that. Sheesh. Yeah, go back 10 minutes and turn on the brushing your teeth. I love when we start brushing it. Ay, ay, ay. Got on the camera. Let me see. The DA needs to needs to be fired. Let me see. All right, all right. Good look. Oh shit, is my battery? Oh shit, hold up. I gotta charge up my battery.
One that turned on is Rilla. I don't have his page sheet in. Rilla. All right.
All right.
All right.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Awa.
Good evening. This is the time set for the 11 p.m. calendar on April 2nd, 2025. The court orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. I'll call you guys each one at a time to the podium, and I'll provide a second name to sit in the chair outside of this room. If we can start with Enrique Santos to the podium.
Enrique Santos.
Stephen Deloach to the chair.
Oh no! Ashley Stenson is here. I gotta interject.
Good evening, sir. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Enrique Santos, 41093.
Thank you, sir. And do we have the state on the line?
We do, Your Honor. Good evening, Ashley Stetson on behalf of the state.
Thank you, Ms. Stetson. We're here today on a new Superior Court case, and it does include one count of aggravated assault, Class 4 felony, one count of assault, Class 1 misdemeanor, and one count of disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. I'm also going to give you some hearings in the downtown Superior Courthouse on Madison Street. You're going to have a status conference April 8th
She
at
irks me,
8:30,
writes Pax.
and a preliminary hearing on April 10th at 8:30. Next, we'll discuss your release conditions. Did the state want to put their recommendation on the record?
Yes, Your Honor, and the state does have additional information that was not provided in the Form 4 that the state believes is important for Your Honor to be aware of. Your Honor, the state did have an opportunity to speak with the arresting officer this evening, partially because the state was, based on the Form 4, the state was unaware or of what the relationship was between the suspect and the victim. The state did find out that the victim in this case is the stepfather to the suspect. In addition to that, Your Honor, the state also learned that there is an ongoing domestic violence incidences between the suspect and other members of the family. It is unclear if it's just particularly this victim. However, the officer did inform the state that someone in the home had been arrested several days prior for a domestic violence. The state couldn't find out if it was a suspect, if it was the victim, if it was another member of the family, but there does appear to be prior history of domestic violence between members of this family, Your Honor. The allegations in this case are that the suspect did impede the victim's breathing by putting his hands on the alleged victim's neck and restricting the airway. The state is requesting bond be set in the amount of $20,000 secure, Your Honor. In addition to that, the state is asking for the suspect not to possess a firearm, not to return to the incident location, electronic monitoring, no direct or indirect contact with victims or witnesses, and no consumption of alcohol or illegal substances. Thank you, Your Honor.
Domestic violence.
Thank you, counsel. And sir, do you reside with the alleged victim?
No.
You don't reside in the same home?
No, he doesn't. He lives with
making my brain
the
hurt.
other person that was just arrested. So the other person that was arrested was my wife's mother.
My wife's mother.
She tried to attack me, and then my wife got in the middle, and that's why her mom got arrested.
Don't talk about the case.
So that's
So, did the incident happen at
the house.
your home?
Yes, at the.
But not where the
Maricopa.
alleged victim lives?
No. So he lives with his grandma.
Your Honor, and the state does have information on that as well.
Is that correct that they do not live in the same home and it happened at the defendant's home?
What the state was told by law enforcement is up until a couple days ago, they all were living in the same home, Your Honor. Due to this most recent domestic violence incident, several of the parties were moving out. The state doesn't know if that's temporary or permanent, but based on the conditions of the most recent domestic violence, the state believes that's why some of the individuals in the home were leaving the residence.
Okay. I'm just asking for purposes of determining whether or not you'll be able to return to the scene of the alleged crime.
Stop, bro.
Because you will not be able to have any contact with any alleged victims. But I just want to make sure that I'm not preventing you from going to a home that the alleged victim doesn't live at.
He won't be there.
Okay. So you are going to have a secured appearance bond of $20,000. That does mean you can use a bail bonding company. If you do post bond, you'll be released to pretrial services and equipped with electronic monitoring. I am going to remove the language that I previously had added indicating you can't return to the scene of the crime. However, you are not to have any contact with any alleged victims, complainants, or witnesses. And you are not to possess any weapons.
What's up, Jovan? How's it going?
All of this information will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Oh, man.
Okay, if you'll take a seat out there, they'll reprint that because I removed some of that language, okay? Thank you, sir.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this much. Hey, I better not ever show up on her court.
And Ms. Stetson, I think the next case you're appearing on is near the end of the calendar.
Because she's gonna hang me from the. She's gonna hang me from the you know what. She's not gonna be too happy. Hey, that's Javon. Thank you, Javon.
Varela to the chair.
Xavier back in the house. Morning, James. What's up,
Can I
Laura?
get your name and date of birth?
Stephen Deloach, 32593.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on 2 probation violation warrants that were issued for you. They have alleged you violated terms 3, 4, 5, and 15 in each of your probation cases.
3, 5, 4, and 15.
I'm going to appoint an attorney and set a probation revocation hearing April 9th at 8:30. I'm affirming the secured appearance bond in each of your case for a total of, $5,000 in each case for a total of $10,000. If you post that bond, you have written conditions of release to include contacting your probation officer within 72 hours. Did you have any questions, sir?
Yes, ma'am. What's the charges on the violation?
The violations, let's take a look.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you, my boy? Hey, I can't complain, Kayla. You know.
3 indicates you did not report as directed on February 6th. Number 4 is you refuse to actively participate and cooperate in domestic violence treatment. Number 5 is you did not receive prior approval before changing residence. Number 15 indicates there was a domestic violence situation.
No, I do not.
Multiple different domestic violence situations. And that's what the allegations are in the petition to revoke probation. So you'll meet with your attorney, you'll get a copy of that and get more specifics on it, but that's what's listed in there.
Right, and I never got any trouble with it. I never had any domestic violence situations, and I'm still at the same residence. I got arrested from the residence.
No, I don't play Roblox.
And I just signed up for my DV classes the other day because they said I have to go in person, and where I live at, it wasn't anywhere near me.
What up, the Don?
The nearest class would be in Glendale. They said the nearest class would be in Tempe. Probation doesn't give out bus cards. So I'm really in between a rock and a hard place trying to get everything handled. But I have no intentions on running or anything. And I was just begging, release me on my own recognizance, and I will make sure I show up to court. And the proof is right there, with the arresting officers should tell you, I was right there in the complex. The security guards there every night. He seen me every night in that complex. I never switched address. Never.
So, the judge in your case has already set your bond at the $5,000.
Oh, wow.
You will have a hearing on April 9th, though, to discuss the allegations and how they will move forward as it relates to the revocation of your probation. So you can provide that information to them. But you do have the 2 warrants that were already issued with the $5,000 bond.
Hey, you ain't going nowhere, my boy.
They'll give you that paperwork.
You're going straight to jail.
Brian Varela to the podium and Daquan Jordan.
In that tracksuit. Was that a tracksuit? It kind of looked like a track. Well, at least the upper half was. Oh, we got what? The orange is the new black.
Brian Varela, 12/28/85.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a probation violation. I am going to appoint counsel and set a probation revocation hearing on April 9th at 8:30. They've alleged you violated terms 1 and 15 of your probation. I am going to set a secured appearance bond of $5,000. If you post that bond, you'll have written conditions of release that will include contacting your probation officer within 72 hours. Did you have any questions?
So I could use a bail bond?
Yes, it is a secured appearance bond, meaning you can use a bail bonding company to post that bond.
Okay, and
that what?
Even do I have a probation hold on me?
This is your probation hold. So it looks like you were picked up for a new offense recently. Let me take a look. Related to, it looks like it came from the Glendale Police Department, and so that's a violation of term 1 of your probation. And then it looks like there's also allegations of violating the no victim contact, which is term 15. So this is probation.
Yeah, you're the only one on. Yeah, I just started streaming on there.
Yeah.
So thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, you'll set your left. They'll give you that paperwork.
Highly appreciate that.
Daquan Jordan to the podium and April Garcia to the chair.
Man.
Good evening. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Sleepy.
Like one gym, like yours.
And your date of birth, sir? Thank you, sir. And it does
Ooh,
look like you
I like
are
that
here
icon.
on two cases on the calendar,
How'd
and
you
they're
do
both
that?
probation violation warrants. With allegations, you violated terms 4 and 5 of your probation. I'm going to appoint counsel and set a probation revocation hearing April 9th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $1,500 in your first case and $1,000 in your second case for a total of $2,500.
Is
If
this
that bond is
live?
posted, you have written conditions
What
of
the
release to include contacting your probation officer within 72 hours. All of that will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I play
No.
Street Fighter.
Thank you, sir.
Street
Just
Fighter
touch your
2,
left, I'll give you that
the
paperwork.
arcade game.
April Garcia to the podium and
Hey, thank
Jacob
you for the
Crockett
follow.
to the chair.
It's 2 a.m. Thought I was gonna go to bed, but here I am again. Gonna need
Good evening.
CCA.
Can I get your name and date of birth?
Yeah, April Garcia, 4/10/1986.
Thank you, ma'am. It does
So
look like you are here on a
close.
failure to appear
Yeah.
bench warrant related to two aggravated DUIs. I am going to affirm the attorney previously that was
Wow.
appointed to represent you,
DUI.
and you're going to have an arraignment hearing April 9th at 8:30. I'm affirming the secured appearance bond of $1,500. If you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. It includes you are not to possess any weapons, you are not to possess or consume any alcohol, and you may not leave the state. All of this information will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Yes, respectfully, can I address the court? I'd like to know, would there be or how would I do I get a bond, to reduce my bond?
Can you ask the question again?
I'm sorry, my bond is for $1,500, and I wanted to know, how would I go about getting a bond reduction, or reducing the bond?
So I'm not going to reduce the bond
going
tonight.
nowhere?
The next potential
Girl.
opportunity for it to be reduced is when you meet with the next
Hey,
judge
have
on
a good
April
one,
9th
Javon.
at
Thank you.
8:30. Okay, thank you, ma'am. If you'll
Ah,
touch your left,
wow.
I'll give you that paperwork. Jacob Crockett to the podium.
Hey, what up, Caitlin?
And Brandon Neves to the chair.
You guys need to get some sleep.
Good evening. Can I get your name and date
Yeah,
of birth?
who the have no shoes on?
Thank you, sir. It does look like you have 3 cases on the calendar. Looks like 2 of them come out of the Youngtown Municipal Court, and
That
they're both
fool's
related
shoeless.
to shoplifting
Ah,
charges.
shit.
And it looks like you failed to appear at some hearings there. In both of those cases, I'll appoint counsel and set an arraignment hearing on April 10th at 9 a.m. in the Youngtown Municipal Court. In each of those cases, you have a secured appearance bond of $700. In the third case on the calendar, it is a warrant coming out of the Arrowhead Justice Court, and that's failure to pay some fines on a shoplifting charge. I'll appoint counsel and set an arraignment hearing in Arrowhead Justice Court on April 8th at 8:30. You have
Born
a
and
secured
raised in
appearance bond
LA.
of $100 in that case. So between your 3 cases, it's a total
What
secured
up,
appearance
what up?
bond of $1,500.
Corazon.
If bond is
Con
posted, you'll have written
estrellitas.
conditions of release you'll need to comply with, and you'll need to ensure you attend those hearings to avoid future failure to appear warrants and forfeiture of the bond that you may post. All of this information, including date, times, and location, will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? Thank you, sir. If you step to your left, I'll give you your paperwork. Brandon Neves to the podium and Matthew Pena to the chair. Good evening. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Brandon Nieves, July 13th, 2004.
Thank you, sir, and I apologize for mispronouncing your last name.
Okay.
It does look like you are here on 2 failure to appear bench warrants. Looks like the first one is related to a narcotic drug charge, drug paraphernalia, and criminal trespass. Actually, they're both related to the same thing, just different offense dates. I will affirm the attorneys that were previously appointed to represent you, and you're going to have a probation revocation hearing on April 9th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $750 in each case for a total of $1,500. If you post that bond, you have written conditions of release to include not possessing any weapons, not consuming any alcohol, and contacting your probation officer within 72 hours. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Would it have no shoes on?
What if I was in custody for those court dates? I was in court civic for those, and I was never came and gotten for those court dates because I was already released from here for those same 2 things.
Mm-hmm.
About a week ago, but whenever I was in the release tank, I had a Mesa hold. So I went to the Mesa police station and I had to serve time in Core Civic for about 8 days for that. And while I was in Core Civic, I missed my court date on the 31st, which I was supposed to show up to from the street, but I wasn't able to because nobody ever came and got me for that.
So you were seen on March 23rd here and released on your own recognizance, and you're saying you were never released because they transferred you to Mesa?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you were seen by a judge in Mesa, but you were held there to serve time for 8 days?
Yeah, because I was facing 30 days and I had 11 days back time, and they gave me 2-for-1s on that.
Okay.
So I had 22 days served, and they sent me to Core Civic to serve my 8 days. And I just got out this morning of Core Civic.
And did they even release you from Core Civic, or did they transfer you back?
They released me from Core Civic. I hopped on the rail, and at the Metro Parkway, I got checked for a ticket, and I didn't have a ticket on me. And so they were like, okay, we're going to check you for warrants. And if you're good, you should just have a civil citation. And I was like, well, I should be good because Mesa ran my name before I got released.
Mm-hmm.
And they ran my name and those 2 warrants popped up. And that's why I'm here again.
Okay. And so just to clarify, you've been in custody since at least March 23rd until you were released this morning and then
Yes.
picked up on the light rail?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll change your orders and release you on your own recognizance if you were in custody. But that's going to change some of the dates that I gave you.
Justin
One
Bieber.
moment. You're well. Oh, because it's a probation revocation. You're correct. All right, she's correct. It's not going to change the date because of the type of hearing you have. But I will release you on your own recognizance since you were in custody.
Okay. Thank you.
Hey guys, just to get you guys
And then, of
a
course,
heads
make
up.
sure you attend that hearing because
Yeah,
they will issue
absolutely.
a warrant.
Ashley
Yeah.
If
Stenson,
you don't attend, and then contact your probation officer within 72
she's coming
hours
back for more.
of being released out of here. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me make sure I got these signed. Okay, I think I re-signed them both. All right, if you'll take a seat out there, we have to reprint those. They'll bring them.
Okay. Thank you so much.
CDCR
Thank you,
stands
sir.
for California Department of
Matthew Pena to the
Corrections
podium and
and
Corey Mosby to the
Rehabilitation,
chair.
if you will. Morning, what's up from Britain for more? But wait, there's more. Let me see. Fair enough, it wasn't this guy's fault why he missed his court date. TBH. Yeah, you're welcome. You are welcome. How's everybody doing tonight? Hey, I say we got 112 people in here, and if you haven't done so, please do so. Hit that follow button. Hey, gracias, Irene. Highly appreciate
Good
you.
evening, sir. Can I get your name and date of birth?
I'm from
Matthew
Orange
Pena,
and Whittier.
567.
Thank you for your time and
Thank you,
blessings
sir. It
to
does
your
look
wife.
like
Hey,
you have two
gracias.
cases
I
on the calendar.
appreciate
One
it.
is a Superior Court probation
I was
violation
tired.
with allegations you violated terms 1, 3, 5, and 15. I'll appoint counsel and set a probation revocation hearing April 9th at 8:30. In this case, you have a secured appearance bond of $500. You're also here on a new Superior Court case for 1 count of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I will
No,
appoint
from
counsel to
Scotland, not
represent
Britain.
you.
Oh,
In this
my
case, you're going to have
apologies.
a status conference April 8th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing April 10th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of
Insomnia.
$50. You have a total bond of
Watching from
$550.
Florida.
If you post bond, you have written conditions of release to include contacting your probation officer within 24 hours. Do you have any questions, sir?
No.
All right, if you step to your left, they'll give you that paperwork. Corey Mosby to the podium and Michael Cordell
Oh my
to
God,
the
I was
chair.
on here earlier, and I'm like, you a follow, hey man, what's up with it? Hit that follow, help me get to that 10,000.
Good evening. Can I get your name and date of birth?
That
Corey
man don't
Mosby,
care.
July 26, 1979.
Thank you,
Thank
Katie.
you,
I
sir. It does look
appreciate
like you
that.
are here on a probation violation warrant with allegations you violated terms 3 and 5 with your probation. I'll appoint counsel and set a probation revocation hearing April 9th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $1,000. If bond is posted, you have written conditions of release to include contacting your probation officer within 72 hours. All of that will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, you did just say April 9th, right?
Your probation revocation hearing,
It
yes,
was
is
the
April 9th at
British
8:30.
flag, not the
Thank
Scottish.
you. If you'll step to your left, they'll give you that paperwork.
Thank you.
Has he been
Michael
busy
to the
tonight?
podium, Melvin Reed to the chair.
It's on. You have a collect call from. Thank you, Jasmine. Highly appreciate that.
Good evening.
Next.
Can I get your name and date of birth?
Michael Kelly Cordelli Jr., 7/12/1977.
Thank you, sir, and I apologize for mispronouncing your last name a moment ago. It does look like you are here on a probation violation warrant with allegations you violated terms 3 and 5. I'll appoint counsel and set a probation revocation hearing April 9th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $500. If that bond is posted, you have written conditions of release. It does include contacting your probation officer within 72 hours. All of that will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. If you'll step to your left, we'll give you that paperwork. Melvin Reed to the podium and Melanie Brothers to the chair.
Melanie Brothers. Man, they're definitely busy tonight. Shit, we're already 26 minutes
Good
in.
evening. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Reed, 0609-1998.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you have 2 probation violation warrants on the calendar with allegations that you violated terms 3 and
Come on,
5 of your
chat, on
probation.
these 86
I'll appoint
followers.
counsel in
Hit
both
that.
cases, and
Hey,
you'll have a
thank you.
probation
Appreciate
revocation
that.
hearing April
Thank
9th
you,
at 8:30.
Princess.
You have a secured
Princess.
appearance bond of $250 in one case and $100
Yep.
in the other for a total of $350.
It
If
is
that bond
Jasmine.
is posted, you have written conditions of release to include contacting your probation
Good
officer
morning,
within
y'all.
72 hours. All of that will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Thank you for
Thank you,
following.
sir. Just
Change
up to your
my
left, we'll give you that
mind.
paperwork.
Thank
Melanie
you,
Brothers to
Phase
the podium and
2273.
Fabian Zarate to the chair.
Thank you. What's that name right there? Purple Lady and
Good evening. Could I get
C12.
your name and date of birth? Melanie Brothers, 43094. Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you
Hey,
are here on a
from
probation violation warrant with allegations
UK.
of
Thank
violating
you.
terms
Wow.
3, 4, and 5.
Yes.
I'll appoint counsel and set a probation revocation hearing April 9th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $200. If bond is posted, you have written conditions of release. It will include contacting your probation officer within 72 hours. All of that will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? Will I be released tonight? If you post bond, then you'll be released. However, it's 30 minutes till midnight, and it takes about 4 to 6 hours. So you'll be looking at tomorrow morning. Any other questions? Will I be able to? Will you guys be able to let me call someone? I can let them know.
Can't
Yeah. So
call
when you get to
nobody.
the back, you're going to be given some more information and access to a phone. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
You know what? Sometimes people just don't care. Like they don't care if they
Fabian
violate or
Zarate
not.
to
They're
the
gonna do whatever
podium.
they're gonna do, and they're gonna live life on their
Dominique
terms,
John to the chair.
and then they're gonna pay the consequences later on. You know, sometimes it's addiction, or they just don't care. It is what
Good
it
evening.
is.
Could I get your name and date of birth?
Fabian Sarate, 613-75.
Thank you, sir. And it does look like you're here on a new Superior Court case, and it includes 1 count of theft, a Class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference April 17th at 8:30, and a preliminary hearing April 21st at 8:30.
Thank you, Carrie.
I'm going to release you to
G
pretrial
underscore
services. It looks like you were
underscore
previously
OG
seen
Canada Black.
this morning at 11 a.m. and
Please
released to
invite me
pretrial
on the
services.
opportunity.
You will have
Yeah.
written conditions of release you need to comply with. It does include no contact with any alleged victims, complainants, or witnesses. You'll also receive an envelope with your paperwork. You need to follow the instructions and contact pretrial services once you've been released. Do you have any questions? All right, if you'll step to your left, I'll give you that paperwork. Dominique John to the podium, and Danielle Quinones Castro to the chair.
Hey, there was a guy that we saw today. He took 3 years in prison opposed to going to a program. So it's up to the individual.
Good
Yeah.
evening. Can I get your name and date of birth?
My name is Dominic John.
Different strokes. For
Date of birth
different
is
folks.
04/16/1989.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a warrant coming out of the Pioneer Justice Court. It looks like it relates to a DUI from 2019
Whoa.
and failing to appear at a hearing. This warrant issued back in 2023.
Yeah.
I
The
will.
reason for the push is
But he was
because I had
homeless.
COVID.
What
I
up,
was
Tita?
I had COVID and it was pushed. So I was checking in with my probation, my how do you say it?
Was it your attorney?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Her name is Jeannie. I think it's Jeannie.
Okay. Since it's been a while, I'm not sure, if you still have an attorney appointed. So out of an abundance of caution, I'll appoint an attorney. But
Hey,
if she's
thank you,
still there,
Gina,
then
for
she can
subscribing.
continue to
Highly
represent you.
appreciate you.
You're going to have an arraignment hearing in the Pioneer Justice Court April 7th at 8:30.
You're a real
Okay.
I'm
one,
going to release
Gina.
you today on your own recognizance
Gina
when she
Marie.
comes to appear at that hearing.
I
You have
promise.
written conditions of release included in your paperwork, and then of course you'll need to attend that hearing to avoid a future failure to appear warrant. Do you have any
Thank you, Your
questions?
Honor. No.
All right, just up to your left, I'll give you that paperwork.
All right,
Thank you, sir.
Yep. you too.
Daniel Castro to the podium. You too, sir.
Some people have already been to multiple programs and don't feel
Good evening. Do we have an interpreter on the line?
money issues, used in bed, food, etc.
Yes,
Who's this?
I'm here.
Thank you, sir.
A
We've
translator?
got one case on the calendar. Are you ready to get started?
Timu translator time.
Okay, I'm ready.
Thank you. Good evening, sir. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Daniel Quiñones Castro,
Bueno,
agosto 16 de 1991.
Aquí está el heavy duty.
agosto 16, 1991, ¿correcto?
Sí, 1991.
Okay, August 16, 1991.
conocido como el
Thank you,
heavy
Mr.
duty.
Castro, and I will ask that you wait for the interpreter to interpret before answering the
Oye,
question,
chico.
okay?
Ok, gracias, señor Castro, y le pediré que
Hey, thank
espere
you
que el
for that code.
intérprete interprete antes de contestar la pregunta, ¿ok?
Muy bien, gracias. Disculpo.
No te preocupes.
Thank you. Sorry.
No problem. Thank you, sir. And we are here on a failure to appear benchmark
Making
that
it
was issued
rain.
for you.
Gracias. Thank you, Gina.
No hay problema, gracias, señor. Estamos aquí por una orden de arresto por no comparecer que fue emitida en su contra.
I am going to affirm the attorney that was previously appointed to represent you.
Ok, voy a confirmar al abogado que fue previamente designado para representarlo.
You're going to
It
have a
sounds like
status
it.
conference April 7th at 8:30.
Tendré una conferencia de estado de sitio
Hey,
de
you're
abril a las
welcome. You're
8:30.
welcome, Gina.
I am affirming the secured appearance bond of $100,000.
I go right ahead and argue about the flags. It's all good.
Sorry, this is the interpreter. Can you repeat that one more time, please? Again, I apologize.
I
Hey,
am
what's
affirming the
up,
secured appearance bond of $100,000.
citizen? Welcome, Scotland.
Afirmo la fianza de comparecencia de seguridad de $100,000.
If you post bond, you'll have written conditions of release you'll need to comply with.
Thought the podium looked
Y
familiar.
si se pospone, tiene que escribir las condiciones de salida que necesita completar.
Hey, thank you.
You'll need to ensure you
100
attend that hearing
G's?
to avoid a future failure to
What
appear
the
warrant
fools do?
and forfeiture of that bond.
Debe asegurarse de asistir a esa audiencia para evitar una futura falta de comparecencia ante la justicia y la
Might as well give
pérdida
that
de
for
esa
$1 million.
fianza.
All of this information will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Hey, thank
No,
you for
está bien.
that. Who was that?
Toda esa información estará
I
en su
can't read that
documentación.
name.
¿Tiene alguna
It's too
pregunta?
fancy for me. But thank you.
No, está bien, gracias.
Thank you.
Fine, thank you.
I for the follow.
Thank you, sir. If you'll step to your left, we'll give you that paperwork.
Since you didn't see my
Okay.
give on the other one. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Gracias,
Highly
señor.
appreciate
Esta
it.
izquierda y le entregaremos ese papel luego.
Almost 3 years since stood in front of one of those. Come on the check. Give James a follow. It's free
Thank you,
99.
interpreter. You're
That's
free to
right.
disconnect.
Why are we doing courts at
Okay,
night?
anything else that I can assist you
We
with
got
today?
nothing else to do. What do you
That is
mean?
everything right now. I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. And it was a pleasure
76
for me
go
to
8.
assist
Thank you,
today,
Irene.
and thank you for
Man, you guys
calling
are
Matt. Make
motivating
sure
me.
that we see. Bye-bye. Have a good night. Take care.
You guys are some real ones.
Thank you. I'm going to take a quick moment to
Thanks.
do a warrant really quick.
Con todo. Hey, I think they're gonna have a bad case. Just giving you guys a heads up. I only think that because Ashley Stinson is still here, if you will. And you know what? Hey, when I make fun of her, I'm doing it for just for shits and giggles. I do realize she does have a speech impediment, and I know a lot of you guys can't stand it. So I gotta make you guys laugh. You guys are here for the entertainment. You know, we're not in court for reals. You know, we can't be out here all super
Can I
sad,
have
all
Michael Thompson to the
serious.
podium and Antonio Avila to the chair?
Let me see. Then get those videos up over 1 minute. Yep. Hey, I plan on that, Irene. I plan on it. I haven't uploaded any videos because I'm waiting
Good
for that.
evening, sir. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Michael Thompson, 06/25/1980.
Thank you, sir. And it does look like you're here on a warrant coming out of Minnesota. Did you
Minnesota.
get an opportunity to review that laminated card?
Yes, ma'am.
This is live.
We're going to go over a few things in that, but as I said, you have a warrant coming out of Minnesota, and they have indicated they want to extradite you back to the state of Minnesota. And you have a choice to make at this time. You have the right to waive your right to an extradition hearing that would be set here in Maricopa County on April 14th at 1:30. If you're willing to say, yes, Minnesota, you can come pick me up. If you choose to do that, you will be held non-bondable here in the Maricopa County jails for up to 30 days, allowing Minnesota to come pick you up. That 30 days would start from tomorrow, so long as you don't have any other pending
It's 11:36.
hearings or criminal charges here in the state of Arizona. Or you can say, I want to have a hearing here in Maricopa County, and I would set that for April 14th at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Hey,
It
Michael,
is
thank you for
civil
the
in
follow.
nature, meaning I would not be able to appoint counsel to you, but you can hire an attorney at your own expense. And if you chose to do that, you would be saying, I'm demanding both the governor of Arizona and the governor of Minnesota sign a warrant before I'm extradited back to Minnesota.
Ian, thank you for
That
that
process
follow.
is about 60 to 90 days. You would be held non-bondable during that time.
Morning. Hey,
With those two
what's up?
options in mind, do you know what you would like to do here today?
From Scotland.
Not really, because I didn't know I had this one.
Just sign.
It happened around COVID time.
Ain't nobody care about all of that.
My mom died in that same month.
My
memory's
condolences.
been, like, shot.
Thank you for that.
I've just been working for 5-6 years. I haven't had no police.
Shit, I've been working for
contact,
25.
anything, so,
Yeah, it does look like the warrant did
Thank
issue
you,
March
Jasmine.
15th of 2020.
yeah, COVID hit around then.
They indicate in here, again, I have limited
Damn,
information, but it
carnal, why
indicates
you
that you
look so
violated the
young, girl?
conditions of your release. And
Yeah, it's because I
that
cut the
was
brochure.
basis for this
Shit.
warrant that Minnesota issued this back in early 2020.
Ernesto.
If you're not ready to make
Hey,
that
what up?
choice today, what I can do is set that hearing on April 14th. I will give you some more time to think about it. You're welcome to contact an attorney if you would like.
Where's
They
the
will give you this
Barbie
option again at the next hearing.
Did somebody
If,
say Barbie comb?
Nah, would it be the actual hearing if I denied
Double fist.
being extradited?
Can you ask the question again?
If I deny, if you set a hearing because I'm undecided right now, would
Hey,
that
thank
be the
you,
hearing that you
MC.
mentioned previously?
Yes, it would be the hearing on April
For that
14th.
follow.
About extradition.
Correct. Exactly.
I thought
Nah,
on here it said I
I've been had these
bond if
headphones.
So in your case, you're not entitled to a bond because the warrant is issued as a parole violation, and so they've issued non-bondable.
My CO20's broke.
non-bondable.
Look,
I want to fight extradition.
You want to fight that?
Yeah.
Okay.
they
Then
broke.
let's go ahead and get that hearing set on April 14th.
I
at
ordered some new
1:30
ones,
in the
though.
afternoon in the downtown Superior Courthouse. Again, you will be held non-bondable. They will make you available for that hearing. And then again, you can
You're
hire an
funny
attorney at
as
your own expense. And this process will be about 60 to 90 days, but you'll be given the option I just gave you.
What if I show up without anything?
Well, that's fine too. You're just entitled to, you can hire one if you choose to, but you can absolutely move forward.
I do it all the time,
Okay.
Paula.
If you'll take a seat up there, we'll print that paperwork and get it out.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? Thank you, sir.
The granny from earlier on.
Antonio Avia to the podium.
Do they work good? These ones or the CO20s? These are lovely. These are a Panasonic. I got these before the CO20s. But I started using the CO20s because
Antonio,
the CO20s get more
October 20th,
attention, if you will.
1989.
Thank you, sir, and I apologize for mispronouncing your last name. It does look like we are here on a warrant out of Colorado. Did you get an opportunity to review that laminated
Oh,
paper?
the CO20s, those
Okay.
are great.
So as I said, you have a warrant out of Colorado, and they've indicated to us that they want to extradite you back to Colorado on that, and you have a choice to make. You can say, I'm ready, Colorado, you can come pick me up.
Some
If you
turtle
choose to
beaches,
do
I
that,
love
you'll be
mine.
held in Maricopa County
Colorado,
non-bondable for
places,
up to
I
30
have
days. That
GPLs,
30
they're
days starts
good, but
tomorrow, so
thinking
long as you
about
don't have
beaches.
any other pending charges in the state of Arizona.
You know, I got like
You can
5
say, I
different
want
pairs
to
of
have an
headphones.
extradition hearing here in Maricopa County. I would set that for April 14th at 1:30. And what you would be doing
I
is
don't want to
demanding
hear.
that the governor of Colorado and Arizona sign
Born
an
and raised in
extradition warrant before you're sent back to
That's what I
Colorado
should.
on these
What I found is
charges.
better to subscribe to.
That takes about 60 to 90 days. In this case,
Probably
they
the
have
other one. The other
asked
one's
you to be
cheaper.
held non-bondable. However, I don't have enough information to indicate that that would be appropriate under Arizona law.
Say
So
my
you
horn
would be
headphones
given a
and battery
bond, a
pack
secured appearance
backups.
bond of $50,000.
You don't even want to know how many batteries I got.
That's if you have the hearing on April 14th.
Where can I buy?
But if you
On
choose
Amazon.
to waive that right, then you would
They're
still
like
be held
30 bucks.
non-bondable for up to 30 days to give them an opportunity to pick you up. Do
Okay.
you know what you would like to do?
Do the
Your Honor,
prices
so it was
right,
my intent to go back to Colorado and check in with my probation. See, what happened was, I was
It's
pretty much
11,
stranded.
41.
You're more than welcome to give me that
Anchor hates to
information.
see
The
me
reason I'm
coming.
stopping you is this is being recorded and you don't have an attorney here. So if they listen to this information and use that in the future, I want you to be aware that it is being recorded and you don't have counsel here today. Now feel free to move forward with that. I just want you to be aware of that, okay?
I'm totally aware of that.
Okay.
So what happened was I was granted interstate probation
Did you
from
say Anchor?
Arizona. I went out to Colorado, and Colorado denied me due to lack of housing. And then at that point, pretty much panicked because I didn't want to have a warrant here. So I came back here, letting my probation officer in Colorado know that I was gonna come back down
Send me a
here
message. I'll shoot you. I'll shoot you
and
some
maybe try it again or go
for
about it
Hurricane. I got
differently.
two of these.
And
This one's brand
that's
new.
when
I need to
the
open it up
warrant
though.
was issued. So it was not my intent to, sort of, get a warrant here and in Colorado. So I pretty much got caught between the crossroads there.
As of right now, you don't have a warrant in Arizona, and
I'm not
can't
sure, Kayla. I couldn't
resolve
tell
your
you.
warrant that you have in Colorado.
I've never checked.
So you'll still have to make the
South
choice
Carolina.
today as to whether or not you want to be held non-bondable here for 30 days, giving Colorado the opportunity to pick you up on that, or if you want to fight the extradition, you'll have a hearing and you'll have a $50,000 bond.
Okay, so I can be
was a
released
freestyle.
and under my own
Let's get a
under my own
200K.
go back to Colorado
Damn, you
and
got some
take
real
care of that
motivation.
on
That
my
is
own.
not an option today.
That's
Your
not an
only options are to waive your right and be held non-bondable for 30 days, or to fight the extradition and have a secured appearance bond of $50,000. Those are your only two options tonight.
Listen to me.
Well, I'm
son
waiving
is
my
out.
right.
Okay, so you,
Now,
just to make
course,
sure you
Friday,
understand that means you'll be held
espresso.
non-bondable and you're saying Colorado can come pick you up?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you some questions since you are waiving some rights here today. So, okay, so you did read the extradition paperwork we talked about, correct?
Correct.
And you do understand that you do not have to sign this paperwork.
Yes.
And you do understand that you have the right to an extradition hearing.
I
Oh,
understand.
And you do
I'm gonna make
understand
some
that you have the
shirts
right to hire a lawyer at your own expense.
soon.
Yes.
And do you understand that you have the right to demand that a governor's warrant be signed by the governors of both states before you are returned?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand that you have the right to the bond of $50,000 if you weren't waiving your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you want to give up those rights and sign the
Fast, thank you for
paperwork?
the follow.
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone threatened or promised you anything to get you to sign this
I want a
paperwork?
shirt. Yeah, as soon as I get them,
And
I'll
have you
let
had
you
any
guys know.
drugs, alcohol, or medications within the last 24
Wow,
hours?
go.
Right. I find that you knowingly and intelligently are voluntarily signing this waiver. I am also going to sign it. I'm directing the sheriff's office to let
That's not a
Colorado
bad
know
idea.
that you are ready to return. They will have 30 days from tomorrow to pick you up unless you have any other pending charges in Arizona. Do
Okay,
you have
thank
any
you,
questions
Mom.
for me?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I am signing that waiver right now. If you could step up here near the officer, they'll have you sign a couple of times.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate that. Carrie G
Okay,
underscore
is it
underscore
related to
OG
the interstate
Canadian
compact
flag.
probation? Okay.
Highly appreciate that. Thank you. I'm praying for my son. Hell yeah. Hey, what's up, Lex? How's it going? Hey, what up, Eric Martinez? Cut with Albrosha. Stay awake, James. I'm trying to. Or CDC or Jack, 'cause I want one. Let me see. I do cups, air fresheners, blankets, pens. Oh, that's what's up. Hell yeah. Oh, the golden toilet. You just dropped the golden toilet on us over here. Carry out G.
Just so they know. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Awa. I will buy one if you. Right, you said it. You said it. I'll buy that for $1. Man, you know what? I gotta make some mustache little icons. Now that you remind me, you come with you could have a
I'm gonna
collect
do a
out
warrant.
from. I'm telling you, will fly. I'll buy some too if you will. All right, you guys are saying all right, all right. I'm order my silk screen. I'm gonna get some white T-shirts, maybe some orange ones too, and I'm gonna get to work. We're all buying James. Shh, man. Don't leave me hanging. You don't want to have these shirts posted up. Don't be leaving me like my dad used to leave me hanging. Talk about he was gonna buy me a Huffy, the 6-speed, and It never came. I'm gonna be devastated all over again. You guys are gonna open up old childhood wounds, if you will. I don't know. I gotta see how much it's gonna cost me to put everything together. Yeah, I'm gonna sell the red cones too. I'm gonna have a stack of them. I'll pay you right now in advance. No. I'm not. I can't take no advance payments. And I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna feel like I'm under pressure. What about sweatshirt? I want to start off with shirts first to check how big of there's a how big of an interest there is, and then take it from there. I don't wanna sit there and start buying a bunch of random stuff and not the Huffy. Hey, the Huffy, the 6 speed. It was like that cool one that had like that one stick by the thing, and you could change it. Had did 6 speeds. The white prison
Is that room
boxers.
clear? Did they leave?
Oh,
Looks
hey,
like
this
it.
was gonna be bad.
Thank you.
I want one,
Can
but
we have
can you
Mr.
post it to the
Nelson to the
UK?
podium?
I gotta figure out the logistics on that. Oh yeah, I remember that bike. You need it with the
Good evening, sir. Can I
famous
get your name and date of birth?
Giovanni Nelson.
Giovanni.
09/12/2006.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a new Superior Court case. It does include 2 counts of bestiality, a class 1 misdemeanor, and 2 counts of sexual conduct with an animal, a class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I am going to appoint an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference April 8th at 8:30, and a preliminary hearing April 10th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $25,000. Hold
I
on.
wanted
Do we
a
have
Chrome
counsel for the
GT.
state on the line?
I didn't know about GTs
Yes,
back
Your
then.
Honor, state is online.
Hey, what up,
Good evening,
90s,
Ashley
90s
Stetson
wife?
on behalf of the state.
Oh, Ashley Stinson.
Sorry about that.
It is double
Do you want to
hour.
put the state's recommendations on the record for release conditions?
Yes, Your Honor, the state is requesting $75,000 secured based on the allegations in this
75,000?
offense, Your Honor. It is alleged that the suspect partook in
Legend, it was a chicken.
sexual relationship, a sexual act with the family dog, Your Honor, and then posted the 2 videos on social media, and based on that, Your Honor, the state believes that $75,000 is appropriate. Again, the nature of the crime is quite concerning, and the state is also asking for standard conditions along with no contact with any animals. Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you, Ms. Stetson.
he's getting bad from Petco for
So
sure.
I am going to issue a secured
And
appearance
PetSmart.
bond of $25,000. If you post that bond, you're going to have written conditions of release. It will include that you may not possess, reside with, or have any contact with any animals, whether or not you own them or not. So that may affect your ability to return
This is going to get clipped
the
ASAP.
location of the incident. If the animal still resides there, you will have to find a new place to reside during the pendency of this
Cochino.
case. All of this will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? All right, if you'll step to
I
your left,
told
I'll
you
give that
guys. I
paperwork,
told you
sir.
it was going to be bad. I didn't know how it
Thank
was
you,
going to be
Ms.
this bad.
Stetson.
Why
Thank you, Your
animals?
Honor.
Poor dog, man.
Case number 11, Buford Thacker.
What did
date of
he
birth,
do?
March 21st,
You don't want to know what he
1970.
did, but it
Proceeded
included
to
a
house call
dog.
due to being a danger to self. We are here on a warrant from Illinois. It looks like that relates to a sex offense
Sucio, all
case.
bad. Hugo James, they
I
used to
am
call me
going to set a
travieso.
fugitive of
Let's know.
justice
Okay,
hearing in
I'll
the
let him know.
downtown Superior Courthouse on
For
April
sure.
14th at 1:30 in the afternoon, and I am affirming the secured appearance bond of $100,000. If bond is posted, you'll have written conditions of release he needs to comply with. He'll need to ensure he attends that hearing to avoid a failure to appear warrant and forfeiture of any
Hey,
bond
that fool,
may
he
pay.
went out backwards.
Anything
That
changes
kid,
after I meet with him, I will update the written record.
where
Case
are they
number
from?
21, Wyatt Herrera, date of birth May 7th, 1996, will proceed as a house call due to being a danger to self. He is here on a Navajo County Superior Court warrant
Hey,
for
thank you for the
probation
follow,
violation.
menace.
I will appoint counsel and set an arraignment hearing in Navajo County on April 9th at 8:30. He is being held non-bondable. If anything changes after I meet with him, I will
It was
update the
75.
written record. Case number 31 to 34 will proceed as a house call due to Eric Patout, date of birth July 1st, 1981, being disruptive. It looks like we have 3 justice court warrants. 2 of them come out of Santan Justice Court,
My
both
stomach
relating to
turned red.
criminal trespass. He is not entitled to court-appointed counsel due to the nature of his charges, but he will have an arraignment hearing on April 22nd at 9 a.m. in the
I don't
Montana
think so.
Justice Court. He has a University Lakes Justice Court warrant related to criminal trespass, and again, he is not entitled to court-appointed counsel due to the nature of the charge, but he'll have an arraignment hearing in the University Lakes Justice Court on April 22nd at 1:30. And the last case is a new Superior Court case, and it does include 1 count of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of criminal trespass, a Class 3 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I am setting a status conference on April 17th at 8:30, and a preliminary hearing April 21st at 8:30. I am releasing him to pre-trial services. He'll have written conditions of release to include not returning to the scene of the crime, no contact with any alleged victims, complainants, or witnesses. All of this will be in his paperwork, and if anything changes after I meet with him, I will update the written record. That concludes our 11 p.m. calendar, and we will now stand in recess until 5 a.m.
Hey, so I'm probably going to get a call tomorrow either from Jesse and David or Mr. Ricky, my man, Ricky Black. Hey, 90s white baby, watch him go to prison and try to get into the Pooch program. Hey, that's going to be a no-go right there. We're going to have to shoot a wheeler up there.